It's Monday, the 6th of September. We're not trading this morning because it's Labor Day. So instead, I'd like to show you guys my top 3 swing trades that I've had these last 2 weeks. I've had pretty good swing trades these last 2 weeks. I've gone 4-1 with 4 wins, 1 loss every week. So pretty good. That's what I expect on a good week. And yeah, you can see I've done pretty well with Nvidia, MRNA, and MRNA again these last 2 weeks. So let's jump into it. So before I break down each one of these trades, I do want to let you guys know that I did recommend them on my Discord server before I made them also. So you guys can get these picks. I'll let you know in a minute how you can get on my Discord server and also how you guys can learn my swing trading strategy. But first, let's break down this Nvidia swing trade. So with this Nvidia swing trade, I made it about 2 weeks ago. I bought it on a Friday, held it over the weekend, and sold it on a Monday. To show you on the close-up here exactly what I did, my entry was right before the close on that Friday, and I sold it early in the pre-market. I sold it around 7 a.m. I didn't want to risk losing profit, and I covered right here about 0.95%. I was pretty happy with that trade. Close to 1% is always good for me. Covered around $1,300 on that trade, so pretty good. And the reason why I thought Nvidia was a good swing trade is these green dailies were gapping really well. Every time Nvidia had a green daily, you could see that there was a gap. A few times we'd get a fail, but when it would fail, these fails were pretty minimal compared to the wins you'd get when it would gap up. So I felt pretty good about Nvidia. Another thing though was because this was a Friday, I had to always check the weekly chart too. Always check the weekly on a Friday, guys. This is how you can also make sure that this gapping pattern will hold, is that I saw Nvidia was gapping in the past off of these green weeklies, not just green dailies. So because I got confirmation that it would gap well off a green daily and a green weekly, I expected it to do the same. And you can see it did do the same here. It gapped off of this green daily and we covered some good profit. The next swing trade was also my best swing trade I've had these last 2 weeks. It was an MRNA. I bought it 2 Mondays ago and I sold it the following day. Covered about $2,000, which is pretty good. So on the minute chart here, my entry you can see was actually pretty early that day. I bought it an hour before the close, and the reason why is I was actually surfing. And I took the risk of just buying early. I felt good about MRNA since it was up that much that day, and it ended up working pretty well. I got almost 1% profit on it already before it closed, so that was pretty good. And the following morning it did gap about another 0.5%, which gave me around 1.45% in profit, so not too bad. Ended up failing a lot, so you can see why I always like selling early. I avoid taking this big risk. I would have gone negative even with my good entry. So looking back at the daily, why I thought this was a good swing trade, not too hard to see here. With MRNA, most times we get a green daily, it does gap. You can see the last 1, 2 gapped pretty well. The third one was pretty much an even, and the fourth one was a little bit of a fail, but you can see that these wins are mostly bigger than the fails, so I felt pretty good. And yeah, it did fail the following morning, so I was really lucky that I did cover early, and that's what I normally do because I don't trust the volatility of the open, and you can see why. So that was pretty good trade in MRNA. I was really happy with that one. So my last trade of my top 3 swing trades was an MRNA again. I bought it last Wednesday, sold it the following day, covered pretty good profit on it. So to show you on the minute chart here exactly what I did, my entry was right before the close like I typically do, and my exit was right around 720, covered around 1.05%. Was happy to cover. Since I was already up 1%, I didn't want to risk it going up or down on me. I didn't want to, play that game. I was pretty happy with that trade. Another 1% win. And on the daily here, to show you guys why I thought this was a good swing trade. Yeah, you can see from the previous swing trade we had a few fails. I stayed away from MRNA. We finally got one good gap. I gave it a day. We got another good gap. after I saw two good gaps right here, I decided it's a good entry and I played it, which ended up working pretty well. So that was my thought process on that second Moderna trade. Worked out pretty well. And yeah, pretty happy with all these wins these last 2 weeks. Last thing I want to do here is just show you guys my swing trading watch list. You can see that majority of stocks that I do swing trade are safe stocks, high volume stocks, stocks that are listed in the indexes. So these stocks are good for swing trading because they are safe and because you can also make high profit on them. So that's why I like trading these stocks. I don't like penny stocks. I don't like playing options. And yeah, if you guys want to learn how to trade these stocks and swing trade, just check out my swing trading tutorial at the end of this video. Also, make sure you check out our swing trading Discord server, Sleep Easy Trades. Here's where I've been sharing the top 3 stocks to swing trade 15 minutes before the market closes. You can also ask us any questions about swing trading on here. You can find the Discord server link in the description below.